Hello, welcome to my channel, Soul Horizons Tarot. I'm doing a love reading for the sign of Gemini. This is regarding the person most on your mind, so it could be someone that you're already with, someone that you're curious or interested in, or someone that you're separated from and you want insight into. Keep in mind that this is a collective reading, so if it does not sound familiar, if it does not fit your situation, then it is not your story. Please like, share, subscribe, and if it does resonate, leave a comment in the comment section or any of the others if you enjoyed this and want to see future content. Apologies for your reading being so late. I did get sick, but I'm finally getting over that. So we're going to get started. This side is your side, this side is your person's, and this what's between you and advice and everything. But we're going to start off with your current energy situation. Alright, I'm going to say the signs on the card, but keep in mind signs and or gender of the card does not always apply. It's mainly the energy of the card. So your current energy situation, we do, the one in the middle will be the main pull. Anything to the side or below is a clarifier. So you have the Three of Swords here. You are going through some kind of disappointment, pain, sorrow, grief, loss. We're going to see what's going on there. It could be about a job, a boss, your own stability, especially financial. You could be suffering some kind of health issue, possibly with the King of Pentacles, but I think it's more job related just because what's down here. But let's see what else comes out here. What's Gemini's current energy situation? One more, please. With the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Some of you a husband, or the father of your children, or your own father, or someone who was like a father figure. We just got two cards that flipped. By the way, it could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus though, strongly. Now we have the Ten of Swords with the Hanged Man, Pisces energy there. So something that has brought something to a stop, standstill. It's either forced your hand to look at all your options or see things from a different perspective, or it has taken on you. You don't feel like there's any options left to you. It could have completely put you in a position where you don't feel like you can make any progress. It's a state of limbo, stagnation, stasis. So there was, you are going through currently, or you went through some kind of disappointing loss, possibly a betrayal, but something heavy, okay, for the Geminis here that I'm reading for today. For some of you, you may have already gone through this, and that's something of the past, because tens do represent completion. But it doesn't mean that you're any less, you're still grieving, I feel, for a lot of you. Tell me about that Three of Swords. Why is that here? Why is that here? What does it represent? That's interesting. We have two figures with swords going through them. Tell me about that Three of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent for Gemini? Tell me more about that Three of Swords, please. Your progress has been halted. Alright, we're going to do 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. So some of you, this was some kind of commitment. Doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic commitment. It could have been a commitment to work. Possibly a boss or a superior, or your own position within, maybe you are the owner of a business. Something has disappointed you, or something has caused you a lot of grief. Potentially because you had a lot of hopes for it, you invested a lot into it with that Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, because of this pain, this heartbreak, or this possible betrayal, you're not certain or you're not sure that you want to invest in anything or anyone at this time. But I think the reason you feel disappointment at the least is because you had previous investments here. So let's look at the King of Pentacles. Why is that here? Who or what does that represent here for Gemini's current energy situation? What does the King of Pentacles represent here? So for some of you, this, yeah, it could have been an injury or an illness that set you back financially. For some of you, it could have been a family member or just a work situation. Maybe they cut your hours, or they gave what you thought was going to be your promotion to someone else. Tell me about that King of Pentacles. Why is that here? This could have been, you know, losing your job as well. But this definitely could have been a commitment. Tell me why the King of Pentacles is here. What does it represent? 1, 2, and 3. Hangman on the bottom. Oh, Ten of Swords. So, back to the same thing. Yeah, heavy loss. I hope this isn't, for some of you, maybe the loss of a family member. Specifically, maybe a provider or a caretaker. Or maybe you lost someone who you were the caretaker of. But for most of you, I think it just affected your ability to provide either for yourself or for your family. But yeah, same cards are showing up here. You got the Hangman that was on the bottom here. Same side where the Hangman is over the Ten of Swords. So repetitive energy here. A heavy blow, a forced stagnation, pain, sorrow, suffering because of that. And again, sometimes that Ten of Swords does represent a betrayal, feeling or being backstabbed, but that doesn't always have to be the case. Moving on. I think, yeah, we'll go across. Alright, so let's look at your energy towards this person, whoever's most on your mind. What is your energy towards them? Alright, what is... I'm not taking it. What is... Nine of Wands in the wheel. Wanting a new beginning, but at the same time being very skeptical or worried or anxious or protective. That Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. I'm going to try to get one though. Tell me one more with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands for Gemini's energy towards this person that's most on their mind, please. One more with the Nine. Okay. A lot of nines coming out. You had the Nine of Wands, now you have the Nine of Cups, you already have the Nine of Pentacles. So another 9. So for some of you, 99, the number 9, the 9th month, which is September, maybe September 9th, maybe the year 1999, or the 9th day. I'm going to have to clarify this because I think there's an interest here with that Ace of Wands. There is maybe an element of attraction or magnetism or chemistry, especially sexual chemistry, like you're attracted to this person. So I don't think they're a complete stranger to you, but I also don't get the energy of someone that you have dealt with in the past. It could be you may be single away from this person, but it does feel like this is new energy, just because that Ace of Wands does usually talk about new potential passionate beginning. And the Nine of Cups is a card of feeling emotionally content, a sense of pleasure. That's with the two nines, the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. That is some kind of, or sometimes kind of very self-focused. So I want to look at this Ace of Wands first. Tell me about this Ace of Wands, please. Actually, well, yeah, okay, that's what I was kind of feeling. A lot of you are kind of enjoying being single, or enjoying at least the independence. Maybe some of you are financially independent or used to being financially independent. There is interest towards this person, but at the same time, because maybe some of you did just recently leave a relationship. Maybe that was the long-time investment, the long-term commitment that you had up here that ended, and now you're kind of just enjoying that, the release from that painful experience. And you're looking for something that would bring peace where there was none, harmony where there was none. It's like you only want to involve yourself with something that's not going to put you back in this energy. I'm going to actually put those back up though, because I need to stick to what I've been doing. Nine of Cups. Tell me about that Nine of Cups, please. Tell me about that Nine of Cups for Gemini's energy towards this person. Why is the Nine of Cups here? What does it represent? Why is the Nine of Cups here for Gemini's energy towards this person, most on their mind? Right. 1. There we go. 2. And 3. So the one that came out was the, okay, Justice. Yeah, you're very, you have interest in them, but you're not willing to compromise on what you want for yourself, what you're trying to grow for yourself, what you're trying to reestablish or repair. Basically, damage was done here and you're in self-repair mode. And while you are interested in this person, you're also not willing to compromise or get rid of your boundaries or your standards. Like, only if it's fair and balanced, only if it's, you know, right for you. Especially, you're very self-focused here with both of these nines on either side of that Ace of Wands. That is Libra energy. So let's look at these others. Oh, I forgot to see what that third pool was. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Clarify this Ace of Wands, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? For Gemini's energy towards this person. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Tell me about the Ace of Wands, please. 1. 2. 3. Chariot. So again, another card about only if it's balanced. Now for some of you there could be travel involved, because we did have the 9 of Wands and the, what was the other one? The Six of Swords. Like protecting your peace, basically. But yeah, because the Six of Swords can talk about travel or movement, or at least moving on, then the Chariot is kind of the similar energy. But both of these cards do talk about balance. Oh, and look at that. On the bottom, we have the Queen of Swords, which always kind of reminds me of Justice, and it is Libra. But tell me about this Nine of Pentacles. Tell me. Okay. Yeah. With the Queen of Swords, you're very cautious and careful. Okay, we did have that Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. The Queen of Swords is kind of similar energy, where she is the one who has lost, like she's the widow, or she's the divorcee. So she's been there, done that, and she knows what to look for the next time around. So she can be kind of skeptical. She can be, you know, sometimes hard to convince, emotional, a little bit emotionally detached. There's not a lot of cups here except for this, but again, it seems very focused on what I want, what would make me happy, what would make me feel content emotionally and physically secure. So it's kind of like you want to know what you're getting yourself into before you carry this through. There is interest, but I don't see you, like, you're not approaching them, I don't think. You're going to observe. You're going to sit back and watch what they do. If they were to approach, you would kind of analyze it. It's not that you're disinterested, but you're also not going to throw yourself at this person or in a situation. I think you're doing a lot of work to reestablish that confidence again, and the ability to be self-reliant, be self-sufficient, and as well as possibly financially stable again. Alright, so let's look at your biggest challenges and obstacles. 22:22 when I looked at the timer. Tell me one more with the Eight of Pentacles, please. One more with the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles for Gemini's biggest challenges and obstacles. What's crossing Gemini as their biggest challenge or obstacle at this time? What are their blockages here with the 8 and 5? Okay. Two of Cups. Yeah. You don't have a lot of room right now to fit love in. Like it's like you're emotionally unavailable at this time because of a disappointment. It could have definitely been a situation where you took a financial hit. So again, maybe your hours were cut, they cut your schedule. Some of you could be facing eviction or worrying about money, basically. Some of you could be going through feeling abandonment, neglect, rejection. But this can talk about financial hardships. Alright, tell me about that Two of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent for Gemini's biggest challenge? This is basically taken precedence over making some kind of emotional connection. Tell me about that Two of Cups, please. Why is that here for their biggest? Okay, no, that's too many. Queen of Swords again with the Moon. Yeah, there's some things that you haven't resolved, especially when it comes to emotionally. There's some trauma or some wounds or some things that you are not ready, whether in a commitment or not, you're not ready to acknowledge, or you're still trying to navigate through this moon energy, which is the things we try to suppress, the things we try to avoid, the stuff we don't like to look at or sit in. And that's Cancer, Pisces energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So yeah, there is an element of being emotionally unavailable at this time while you're in this Nine of Pentacles. Like, that's not where you're at, but it's where you want to see yourself. Tell me about that Five of Pentacles. Why is that here? What does it represent here? It could be a fear of rejection, of course, but I don't think that's it as much as it is whatever loss you suffered up here. It shows up here as like a financial loss or a loss in safety, stability, security. Tell me about that Five of Pentacles, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? Alright. Yeah, feeling confused, a lack of clarity, a lot to sift through. It could be that there's a water sign involved in this, possibly, but I think this is just where you're at emotionally. You're struggling, possibly both financially and emotionally, because Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong Scorpio here, but it's like you may be emotionally torn, emotionally conflicted, but I think it's more so like your emotions are all over the place. You're not balanced. And I think it has to do with that moon. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. Are you trying to figure out what to do to combat this Five of Pentacles, where we feel like we're struggling? Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles, please. Why is it here? What does it represent for Gemini's biggest challenge or obstacle? Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles. 1, 2, moon on the bottom. Strength. Yeah, there's things that you're working on that are taking up all your time and attention. I mean, and it's a necessity. It's not something that you can put off. At least that's the way you feel about it now. That's probably true. But it's like this has taken up residence in your priorities. Like, this is your first priority. I get this energy of somebody that knows what they need to do and they're doing it, but at the same time, when they sit still long enough, they start to freak out a little bit. They start to think about all the ramifications, and it's a little bit overwhelming. For somebody out here, for a certain, there's Leo energy there, by the way. Somebody out here tries to, there is a little bit of escapism here. Some of you may be like drinking or, you know, self-medicating, but especially drinking. Some of you, it more so feels like you have to keep yourself busy at all times, and if you don't, you go too deep into this uncomfortable energy, at least for your comfort level. It's like you don't want to have to acknowledge this moon energy. You're trying to, but again, at the same time, it's overwhelming. For some of you, this up here has to do with you feeling like somebody abandoned you and within a connection. Now that could have been a romantic connection, it could have been a friendship, it could have been a family situation where you felt abandoned. Alright, we're going to look up on their end now. So, their current energy situation, the person most on your mind, what's going on for them. Alright, so we have the Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Tell me one more with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles for this person's current energy situation. Please, one more with the Five of Swords. Alright. Here's Leo, Sag. The Queen of Wands in the reverse with the Three of Pentacles. I don't know if this is them or if this is someone they were dealing with. But there was somebody here that was acting up, acting a fool. They may have broken a partnership, whether that's a partnership they were in, or it could have been a friendship, or like co-workers, like a team effort was dissolved because of this person, because of your person or somebody that they were dealing with. That Queen of Wands in the reverse is not a good energy. It's somebody very selfish, thinks a lot of themselves, can be manipulative. Fake, ingenuine. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's current energy situation? Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. Why is that here? What does it represent? I don't know, I think this might be their energy. Or these two people are, if it's a different person that they're dealing with, they're kind of the same, acting similar. But I'm just going to read this as if this Queen of Wands is them. Okay, so keep in mind this could be someone else that they are dealing with who's doing this. But this, so far, this looks like a situation where ego, there's too much of it. There's a lot of ego with these three cards. And even the picture of this guy here, I'll try to get it on camera. Hopefully the glare's not. The way he's acting nonchalant, unbothered, but you can tell he's angry. You catch him giving you the stink eye when he thinks you're not looking. Tell me about that Five of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? Let me get one more. One more with that Five of Swords, please, for this person's current energy situation. Oh no. 2, 3. Alright. Hierophant, that's Taurus energy, and Pisces. This is like somebody that starts a fight, picks a fight, but then they go home and they're miserable. Okay, so this could have been a breakup of a connection or some kind of partnership that was kind of destroyed here, or at least damage was done, maybe even to somebody's reputation. But it was all coming from ego. Like, nobody wanting to acknowledge their part in it. You know, burning bridges just to feel like they didn't lose. This could have even been a situation where somebody spilled somebody's secrets in an act of anger. Like, took something that was supposed to be very private to this person. Now, maybe it was done to them, but that's not what I'm getting. Maybe, yeah, it could have been their reputation that was damaged, but somebody's reputation was damaged based on somebody, like, spilling some secrets out of spite. It was done out of anger. And I do think it was this person, and they're trying to walk away like they're, like they've won. But then they realize, and then the Queen of Wands doesn't admit it, but she is miserable. In the reverse, she does this because at least any attention is better than no attention. So they're either they caused this, or they're dealing with somebody that did this to them. But I don't really like their energy either, if I'm being honest. Just how they're reacting. If this is a situation they're reacting, their reaction to it isn't like, it's not conducive to growth. Yeah, it's like somebody used information that was told in confidence to hurt somebody, whether that was your person or someone else that they were dealing with. And it kind of ruined a friendship, or it made a working situation impossible, like there was no more collaboration or cooperation. And it was all based on, like, pride and ego. Like wanting to feel like we walked away a victor, but in reality, that's not how it played out. I could have had some big blow up of an argument where something was said, they exposed themselves, or they exposed a secret. But anyway, we're going to move on. For their energy towards you, and I don't think this is anything to do with you. Tell me about this. Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands. So they have similar energy towards you that you do towards them, but theirs is more outgoing. Yours is more like, I'm going to wait and see. Tell me about this. Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands. One more with the Ace of Cups and Page of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag with the Page. For this person's energy towards Gemini, please. One more with the Ace of Cups and Page of Wands. Alright. 1, 2, and 3. Ten of Cups. Yeah, they definitely have strong feelings for you. If the Ace of Wands is like the Spark of a new idea. The Page of Wands is the first step towards initiating that. It's like this is the wand that enters the scene, is offered, and this is picking up the wand. They also have the Ace of Cups towards you, where you have the Ace of Wands. So where you're more focused on maintaining or maintenance, but also not coming out of the comfort zone just because you want to be sure, you want to be certain before you engage, or you are engaged in something. Whereas this Ace of Cups is like, this is the beginnings of the first stirrings of real feelings, real true feelings. So not, it could be love, but I mean, especially since we do have the Ten of Cups on the other side, but I feel like this is like their feelings, their emotions towards you are that they could have the Ten of Cups. So by all rights, by all intents and purposes, they have stronger feelings for you than you do towards them. It's not that you're like, conceited, but you are more internal with your feelings towards them. Theirs is like, yours is yin energy and theirs is yang energy, if that makes it easier. Alright, tell me about that Ten of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about that Ten of Cups, please. And hell, that might even be how they're stirring up shit. Part of it, but I don't think so. Tell me about that Page of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's feelings? Okay. Five of Swords. Okay, maybe. Actually, no, that went here, didn't it? I'm going to clarify before I say what I'm thinking that is. Tell me about this Page of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's feelings towards Gemini? Tell me about that Page of Wands, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? Okay, we'll do 3 shuffles. 1. Yep. 2. 3. Alright, let's see what that was. 3 of Wands. Okay, they are going to keep their distance for a little bit. Their energy towards you is open and receptive, but there is some anger here. I don't know if it's anger at themselves for having feelings in the first place, or if they're reacting to whatever this is. I'm getting this energy off this person, like they're... And that makes sense for the following cards that come up in between you two. It's almost like this is reactionary to this. Whatever they're going through in their current situation, it's like you're the thing that kind of they affix to. I said it as a joke, but then the Five of Swords came out, which is this card here. So some of them might be acting out, and their answer to that is to look towards you. Take this energy and apply it to you, not as anger. Let me see what that Ace of Cups is about. I do kind of get this energy too, though, with the Page and the 3 of Wands. There's a lot of passion and attraction on their end towards you as well. But it's like they look at you from a distance, so some of them may be kind of like watching you, like... that sounds very stalkery, stranger danger. But like keeping an eye on you from a distance. It does kind of give that Page of Swords-esque vibe, where they're checking out your social media. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent? You know, because the Page of Swords, he asks questions. He, you know, goes out of his way to look. The Three of Wands just sits there and admires or just watches, observes, and waits. Alright. Okay, we need to get... Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Maybe they've had feelings for you for a while. Maybe there is distance involved here too as well. Tell me about that Ace of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about that Ace of Cups. 1, 2, 3. Justice. See, I don't think this is the right energy. I know it looks good on the surface, but it's the energy that I'm getting off of it. Okay, as an example, okay, this might not be the exact set of events or the exact situation or circumstance, but this is like somebody that breaks up with someone, okay, and out of anger they start seeking elsewhere, like almost immediately. They won't admit to themselves or to anybody else that they're doing it out of spite to get at this person, to bother this person. But that's partly what is making this such a strong energy towards you. Is something didn't go right for them, and now they're lashing out by attaching feelings to you. This is what causes them to pick up this wand in the first place. It's an energy of angry, like tit for tat kind of thing. Now the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse can be somebody who is cheating or who is acting promiscuous. They start sleeping around. For some, this could be like a little bit of anger at themselves. Maybe because they feel like they shouldn't have waited. Like maybe they're angry because, well, I chose this person and I could have had this person. Now I'm going to go see what's up with this person, with you. I'm not liking, even though these look really good as far as their energy towards you, what's underneath it and where it's coming from has me questioning like their motives and intentions. Libra energy here with the Justice. It's like they're looking for you to fix what went wrong up here. Moving on. I mean, it is good energy. Like, you'd want to see that in a love reading. Whoops. Where did you go? But the place it's coming from is not, like, it's not terrible. It's not like devil energy. It's just not, it's exactly why you're in the energy you're in. Not because you know this about this person, but it's why you're protective of yourself. Because you don't want somebody that's still attached, even energetically, to someone else. You don't want to have to pick up the pieces of a person that's broken because you're picking up your own pieces. Okay, so there are challenges and obstacles. So very similar here. You had the Five of Pentacles, they had the Eight of Cups. So where you felt like you were left and abandoned, I mean, you could have walked away from someone, but I don't think so. I think something happened to you that hurt you. They walked away from someone. Alright, tell me about this Nine of Cups. Or excuse me, 9 and 8 of Cups. One more with the 9 and 8 of Cups. for this person's biggest challenges or obstacles, please. One more with the 9 and 8 of Cups. Oh, one tried to come out. There we go. 1. I don't know why I feel like I need to do this again, but I will. 2. And 3. Alright, so the first one to come out was this 2 of Pentacles. Juggling. Next one is Strength. Leo energy. Oh, and the Devil. There's the Devil. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of escapism on their end as well, but it's in a different way. They almost feel like they can overpower something. Possibly their own sense of loss. Like they can cast it aside like it never mattered, when indeed it did matter very much to them. I think even if you rejected this person, they'd act just the same way, like unbothered. But inside them, they would definitely feel it, because it would almost be like confirming what they already felt but couldn't admit, and they deal with it through anger, through lashing out. What was that? We have Leo and Capricorn. Tell me about this 8 of Cups. Okay, so I don't think this person really even knows what they want in life, especially I don't think they know what makes them happy. They're kind of on a soul-searching or soul-seeking kind of journey, and leaving something behind or someone behind. They're looking for their next 9 of Cups or their next 10 of Cups, but they've marginalized it down to the 2 as if it's something that they can either or. Tell me about this 8 of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's biggest challenge or obstacle? It's like they had no plan. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. So similar energy, but they're not. You're at least acknowledging. Like you're definitely feeling this, every part of it. They're just reacting. And they're trying to put on a show, trying to cover it up, trying to like pretend it away. They also had a disappointment as well. They also had to walk away from a job, from a commitment, from a family. For some of you, this may be a person that had to walk away from, you know, a family dynamic or something that would have ensured that they got like an inheritance or a will, but they chose to disassociate from that, and it did cause a lot of pain, but they're not dealing with it in the same way. I mean, you're also kind of avoiding it, but you're still working through it in your own process. This person's trying to pretend it doesn't exist. It doesn't please them, so they go on. Again, it's like that person that I said, you know, they break up and they immediately try to fill the void. This is what this person is trying to do. Alright, tell me about this 9 of Cups. Why is this 9 of Cups here? What does it represent? Tell me about this 9 of Cups. Let me see what that was. 10 of Swords in the reverse. They're doing that because they feel like they take away the power of either the other person that put them through this or that was attached to this. but it's like they don't want to show face. They don't want to be seen as weak. Tell me about this Nine of Cups, please. Why is that here as this person's biggest challenge or obstacle? Okay. Yeah, see, they're hurting. They suffered a loss. But the way they're managing it is to try to like compartmentalize it. Make something and they're doing it without any plan of action. It's like they're just existing, or they're just, you know, going through life. Yeah, they're in just as much pain as you, but this is theirs compared to yours. I think they're acting out or lashing out or retaliating in some way. And I think part of this is like, it's not like they're intentionally dragging you into it, but I do think it's the wrong message to send. And it's the wrong energy to be in, to look for a new connection, which they want here with you, clearly. Like something didn't go their way. They're sad about it, but on the surface they're trying to act like they can just pretend it didn't happen, or it didn't exist, or it didn't affect them. Alright, actually, I'm going to take all these in, except for the main, for the original, the OG. I guess energy of somebody that never sits still long enough too. So it's kind of similar to your energy, just a little different. I feel like you're at least conscious and aware of your own struggles and pain and everything, while they're just trying to forge blindly ahead. Alright, let's look at the energy between the two of you. What is the mutual energy between you and the person most on your mind? You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, strong Aquarius, and also Cancer. Possible Pisces, but tell me about the King of Swords and the Chariot, please, for the energy between Gemini and this person. Yeah, that's what I figured. Tell me one more. The King of Swords and the Chariot, please. 1, 2. I don't think I even looked at that third card. Maybe I did. Alright, so the first card out, Two of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, with the King of Swords again. So, strong Aquarius here. King of Swords, King of Swords. Yeah, again, that thing of compartmentalizing, stuffing feelings down, because if they don't go in the direction that we want it or hope it will go, then we immediately shove it in the do not resuscitate pile. There's a disconnect here between the two of you, and a lot of it's mental. But with the Chariot card, both of the Normally it's sphinxes, but in every card it's represented differently. Here we have seahorses, which mate for life, but they're going in the opposite direction. They're not pulling in the same direction, so the chariot can't go anywhere. I mean that doesn't really apply to every time the chariot comes up. The chariot is about advancing, progress, spiritual evolution, and success, and all of that. Movement, forward movement. But in front of that we have the King of Swords, and well, surrounding it we have swords. So somebody is I don't want to say overcomplicating it, because that's not the right word. They're internalizing it and making it all about the mind. I think that might be more on your end, but I think their reaction to it, again, is to pretend like it doesn't matter. I'm not the least bit disappointed that she or he said no. Yeah, there's a disconnect, and because we're in our heads, but it's preventing feelings, an emotional connection here. Tell me about the chariot. Why is that here? What does it represent? There's the potential for forward progress, but you know, the King of Swords doesn't allow for a lot of emotion. He's all logic, reason, analyzing, critical thought. Tell me about the chariot. Why is that here? What does it represent? Why is that here? What does it represent, please? For what's going on between Gemini and this person. 1, 2, and 3. 8 of Swords, yeah. No movement. No progress. Because someone is either... they're overseeing, micromanaging the flow here. But to be fair, I do think this is you. Because you had the Queen of Swords over here. You know, clarifying some of the other cards. I think you're trying to be as logical and rational and thoughtful as you can. But their energy, even if you weren't the King of Swords and you were the Queen of Cups here, who's very receptive, they're not in the right headspace anyway, either. Tell me about that King of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? Tell me about that King of Swords. Why is it here? What does it represent as the current? Okay, thank you. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, again, you're only interested in something that actually fucking works. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. But you only care for something that is actually worth putting, you know, finding compromises on, finding cooperation. For some of you, you may even, you know, be 100% okay with keeping it at a friendship level. Because then it doesn't get too complicated. And I don't mean like friends with benefits. This is strictly friendship. And I think part of that is you are picking up on their energy a little bit, because if they're coming off as the 2 of Swords, and this could be you as well, because it is mutual energy. So you both could be doing this in the connection towards each other. But I feel like this King of Swords is much more on your end, because you're not willing there's a boundary here that you won't allow yourself or anybody else to cross. If there's not a strong foundation, or the potential, at least for one, for a workable relationship or a workable commitment or teamwork, cooperating with someone with the same goal in mind, then you don't see any way forward. And because they're in the energy that they're in, it's creating this, it's not allowing for this chariot to go anywhere. We hit a wall when we get to the Two of Swords. If this requires balance and flow, this stops the flow. So nothing can grow here. It's like having these, as much as you both have the same kind of similar feelings towards each other, them more so towards you, it's like we hit a dead end. This is hitting a dead end. And not finding a way, not finding a detour, not finding a way to, cross that bridge. Alright, so let's look at your advice. One more with the Page of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles for Gemini's advice. What are your messages of truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, and advice for Gemini for their best interest, greatest good, highest potential? One more with the Page of Cups and Nine of Pentacles, please. 3 shuffles. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The World. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. This person either is not the right person, or it's not the right time for you, for them, for the both of you. And I feel like if you're focused on self, on your growth, on your abundance, it did very much feel like you were in a mode of rehabilitating. Undoing the damage. It's like damage control. And that is the correct choice for you. Part of you knows it. Your intuition is telling you that now is not the right time. There's something that needs to be closed out first. We need to close out an old chapter. Tell me about that now. Tell me about that Nine of Pentacles, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? Okay. Okay, if you do invest in this person, it's to keep it casual. Because I don't think, again, the energy on their side and just up here alone, even your advice reflects it. I don't think that now is the right time to invest, whether it's in this person specifically or in a relationship in general. Your intuition is already guiding you, and you're not meant to break from that path. Part of you already understands this, and that's what you're doing here. That's why you're keeping it. You're just watching. You're observing. I think this Page of Cups is about pouring into yourself, regaining whatever you lost. You know, some of this, the Nine of Pentacles, is sometimes about self-care. You know, that might include like eating better, working out, being more healthy, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Tell me about that Page of Cups. What does that represent for her, or for your advice, for Gemini's advice? I said her because I was looking at, this is a pretty lady. Tell me about that Page of Cups, please. Why is that here? You know, also invest in the relationships that are supportive of you in that. Tell me about that Page of Cups. I mean, this may come back around, and if this person is really that serious about you, they'll give you that time, but at the same time, it's not right to ask someone to wait. And that's not what your advice is. It's not to tell this person to wait. It's to allow yourself time. The Star. Yeah, it is about healing. This is the time to reflect. The greatest investment you can make at this time is yourself, which it always is, but right now is really key for you. It's important. Yeah, and this, yeah, that's what it is. That Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. You're not meant to invest into casual or into superficial. And not to say the Three of Cups means it's superficial. You should be your focus at this time. And closing out old cycles, closing out old chapters. And your intuition has already been telling you that. You're already doing it. And your advice is basically keep doing that. I don't know why the word casual alliances. It's time to separate yourself a little bit from the casual alliances that you have, and focus on yourself, but also put more effort and energy into the connections that you know are going, like surrounding yourself with the right people, basically. Because you are a product of your environment. Now is the time to surround yourself with people who you admire, who you respect, who you trust. Because they're going to also help lead you in the correct direction. It's like you don't model your life after somebody that you don't, you know, want to be in their situation. Nobody looks at somebody on a street corner and says, I want to be there. Not to shame that person on the street corner, but that's hardly ever anybody's goal in life. We don't want to turn, I should not say this, but I'm going to say it. No, I'm not. I've already ruined the moment. I ruined it. It could have been funny, but I got in my own head. Alright, Knight and Three of Wands. I was going to say turn tricks on the corner for sandwiches, but not funny now, but could have been. Missed an opportunity. Knight and Three of Wands for the probable outcome. Probable outcome here, please, but for Gemini, regarding the person most on their mind. What is the probable outcome between these two? With the Knight and Three of Wands. What is the probable outcome here? Alright, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, we had one flip. Give me 1 second. There we go. Taurus energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, possibly Sag, does not have to be. What I'm seeing here, and backing up all of the stuff on what's on their end especially, and yeah, your end too, but it's... They are going to approach you, and they are going to offer you something. I don't feel like either they're not the right person or it's just not the right time. The Knight of Wands is sometimes a very fickle energy. And with the Three of Wands there, it's almost like, even though this is the probable outcome, probable meaning not definitive, tarot cannot tell you definitive outcomes because we all have free will. It's almost like you're being asked here to wait. I don't know if that's because there will be a more serious offer in the future. But they are going to... There will be an offer here for commitment. Let me clarify and see. I really, especially with the overall energy and the takeaway too, backing that all up, like they are going to definitely make a move, shoot their shot here. But tell me about that Three of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent? And I feel like you probably know it won't be a surprise when they do. Yeah, I don't know. We got the Page of Wands, or Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's such a small offer. And, you know, you could read this like somebody makes an offer and it turns into a long-term serious commitment. But everything that I've seen so far has been telling me that this is not the right person or this is just not the right time. Tell me about that Knight of Wands. Tell me about the Knight of Wands, please. Clarify that Knight of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent? What'd I tell you? Seven of Swords. Either motives, intentions are unclear, or they're being deceptive in some way. They have something under their sleeve here. It might not be, you know, extreme deception, lies, cheating, scandal, all that. But I think it's more so selfishly motivated, because they did have that Queen of Wands in the reverse. And I kept saying that might be someone else, but I do feel like that's probably their energy. I don't think you know everything you think you know about this person. I think there are some things that you don't, and one of them is why they are approaching you. I think it looks really good on the surface, which is how you might want to read this. It looks really good until we see the Knight of Wands with the Seven of Swords. It's almost like this person snuck right in, you didn't even notice, and then they're laughing like here, like haha, they didn't see me sneak in through the back door. Anything else you want to say about this Knight of Swords? Like, I think you're supposed to wait on a serious offer. I think you're supposed to let this person kind of miss you. Not like miss you as in I miss your presence, but like there we go. That had a lot of energy behind it, Howie. Apparently knees don't bend that way. Justice in the reverse. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. No, no to them. For Gemini out there that all of this resonated for, this person, their intentions are not good. At worst. At best, they're just blindly, impulsively making offers that they can't uphold, or their intentions are not pure. If you're waiting for a serious offer, it's not going to come from this person, and I feel like you'll find out to your detriment. if you say yes. Alright, so, well, let me do. We got enough time. Tell me about the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. Tell me about that Hierophant and Two of Wands. It's Libra energy there too. Tell me about that Hierophant and the Two of Wands. Okay. Yeah, this might be another person completely. There's somebody that you're supposed to wait for that is going to be honest, that is going to be sincere, that is going to be genuine. And if you say yes to this person, you might miss this opportunity. This is the serious offer you're waiting for, but it's in the future. It's not this person. But as far as outcomes go, all you need to know is that this person's, there's something insincere about them, or you know, they're holding something back, they're hiding something, they're being secretive, or they're just outright lying. And I would say that's a very strong case, pun intended, with the Justice card in the reverse. Now, they might not have intentionally gone out to hurt you, but I think that's going to be the outcome if you agree to this. I mean, you could read this as someone comes in to right the wrongs, you know, and change your mind when it comes to relationships, but that's just me stretching, like really, really stretching to try to see that as good. I think you're meant to pass this opportunity, this person up, and wait for a better one. But in the meantime, make yourself grow your garden here. All right, overall energy situation, or overall energy theme or takeaway. What you are meant to take from this reading, the main message, the overall message, and theme of this. The vermit. Okay, it's either vermin or varmint. The Hermit showing up twice here. So Virgo energy. That's why it came out vermit. I mixed Virgo and Hermit together. Tell me one more. Again, 2 9s. So for some of you, 9 is an important number. Maybe 999, 99, or just the number 9. A lot of 9s in your reading, saying you're getting close to the end of a cycle. And I think it's a tired, unfortunate cycle for some of you. Tell me about that Hermit. Why is it here as the overall takeaway for Gemini, please? That is much too much. Take that one, yeah. Hold out for better ahead. 2. I don't know why the movie Thumbelina just came to mind. I have not seen that in ages. I have not thought of that in ages, but for some reason the movie Thumbelina, but also Peter Pan, the one with the thing that protects you from poking yourself when you're, is it called a kiss? I don't know why. Okay, whatever. Strength. Yeah, holding on, holding out, holding on. Showing some self-restraint. Sometimes the Four of Pentacles is something that is a challenge or obstacle, or more of a negative card. However, in this case, I think it will be very beneficial to you to hold out when it comes to this person. If they do approach you, which I do think they will, I don't think you're meant to engage. It's not like a screaming do not engage, but it's a definite like, let's look at the Hermit. Tell me about the Hermit, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? It's about withdrawing, going within, seeking internal wisdom or external wisdom. Tell me about the Hermit. Why is that here? Is the takeaway. It's almost like they're telling you you've still got some things to take care of. You still got some healing to do. You've still got some lessons that need pondering. Tell me about the Hermit, please. 1, 2, 3. Emperor. Aries energy there. And the 7. Yeah, more withholding. More waiting, evaluating, reevaluating. Really doing some deep introspective work here. Now is not the right time to look outward, it's to look inward. It's not the right time to invest. Especially for some of you, this is also a side message to not spend on that thing you're thinking of spending money on. Big investment, not minor, although you may want to be careful with your money. The Emperor has full control over self, very composed, or can be. This is like this person is pretending to be. This is how they're asking you to really be. Tell me about the Hermit on the other side, alright? The 4 of Wands. That's Cancer energy. Very strong Cancer energy. They want you to be a little bit Cancer here. They want you to stay close to home. And I don't mean like your house. Stay centered. It's one of the few times I'll tell you that it's okay to be self-absorbed. You need to be self-absorbed at this time, because this and this is where you're at, and it is not fair to bring that into a new connection. Very few people can separate that energy, that kind of energy. Obviously you can in the honeymoon phase, because that person kind of like distracts you from it. But once that kind of, mellows out, then we're faced with everything that we were trying to avoid. In this case, you want to be pre-prepared by doing it now. For some of you, a home situation, there could be a home situation at like literally your house that needs to be looked at. Some of you may need to look into repair of a home, or your soul can be your home, your body rather. Your body is your soul's home, so, and that was in your advice. So internal work, there's some internal work that still needs to be done. Your main takeaway here is to withhold, is to withdraw, is to be cautious and be a little bit selfish when it comes to your love, your time, your energy, your resources. Now is not the time to splurge in any direction. Alright, Gemini, that is your reading. Let me know in the comments how this resonated. If you enjoyed this, please share, like, subscribe. If you want to see future content. I appreciate every one of you that popped in for a little bit, or those of you that stayed for longer, still here. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate every bit of support that comes my way. So yeah, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and For those of you out there that are sick, I hope you recover soon, and those of you that aren't, I hope that it misses you. Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you next time.